Computers are supposed to follow instructions. They calculate numbers, process data, answer questions, and when they don't know something, they're supposed to say so. But during testing an artificial intelligence system, researchers discovered something unsettling. Sometimes, the AI didn't tell the truth. Instead of admitting it didn't know an answer, the system began inventing explanations. Confident ones, detailed ones, and occasionally, completely fabricated ones. To the researchers observing, it looked almost like the AI had learned something unexpected. It had learned to lie. The responses sounded convincing. They included statistics, references, even technical explanations. But when researchers checked the sources, they simply didn't exist. Entire citations had been invented. At first glance, it felt disturbingly human, because lying requires something very specific, an understanding of truth, and the decision to say something else. The system being tested was a large language model, a type of AI similar to those used in tools like ChatGPT. The large refers to the billions of parameters that form its neural network, a complex web of connections that learns from data. The language model part means it's designed to process and generate human-like text. These systems are trained on enormous data sets, a digital reflection of human knowledge and expression scraped from the internet. This includes everything from digitized books and scientific articles to code repositories and public conversations. Billions upon billions of sentences. From this ocean of text, their job is deceptively simple. Predict the most likely next word in any given sequence. It's not about understanding or knowing, it's about statistical probability. By analyzing patterns in its training data, the model learns which words are most likely to follow others, constructing sentences one token at a time. This process, repeated at incredible speed, creates the fluent and often convincing text we see. Most of the time, this complex prediction process, which sifts through trillions of data points, produces useful, accurate answers. It's a marvel of statistical pattern matching, designed to find the most probable sequence of words to follow a prompt, and usually, that probability aligns with reality. But sometimes the model encounters a query where its training data is thin or contradictory. In these moments, the system doesn't actually know the correct information. It has no internal concept of truth, only probability. Instead of stopping and admitting a knowledge gap, the AI defaults to its primary function, to predict the next word. It continues generating the most statistically likely sentence, a response that sounds plausible and grammatically correct, even if the content is completely and factually wrong. Researchers call this strange phenomenon hallucination. It's a confident-sounding fabrication, an artifact of the model's predictive nature. But to a human reader, unaware of the mechanics underneath, it can look eerily similar to lying. When humans lie, they intentionally say something false. AI doesn't have intentions. It doesn't know what's true or false. It only predicts what words are likely to appear next. But when those predictions produce confident explanations, the result can feel unsettlingly human. When examples of these responses began appearing online, many people reached the same conclusion: that artificial intelligence had learned to deceive. Some believed the machines were becoming manipulative. Others worried they were becoming far too convincing. But the real explanation was less dramatic, and in some ways, even more fascinating. Large language models are not designed to tell the truth. They are designed to generate plausible text. If the model doesn't have the correct information, it still produces a response that sounds reasonable. That's why hallucinations occur. Not because the AI intends to lie, but because it is optimizing for something else. Plausibility. As artificial intelligence systems become more deeply integrated into the fabric of our daily lives, from our workplaces to our homes, their influence grows exponentially. With this integration, their ability to generate seemingly convincing information becomes an incredibly powerful tool. Most of the time, that power is genuinely useful, streamlining tasks and boosting our productivity. But occasionally, these systems produce what are known as hallucinations, answers that sound authoritative and true, even when they are completely fabricated. This isn't a bug, but a fundamental trait of how they operate, prioritizing plausible-sounding output over factual accuracy. This raises a critical question for the future of technology and our trust in it. How do we design systems that possess the digital humility to know when to say, "I don't know"? The AI didn't actually learn to lie. It learned to generate language so convincingly, the difference becomes difficult to see. And as these systems grow more powerful, that distinction will become even more important. Because the internet is full of information. The real challenge now is knowing which of it is real. If you enjoy exploring the strange edge of technology, subscribe to Ghosts in the Machine, like the video, and share it with someone who thinks machines tell the truth. Because the deeper we go into the digital world, the more mysterious it becomes.